Welcome to Brakets Health and Wellness for relationships, for fitness, for mental clarity, for your health needs. Tonight we're talking about slowing down the thinking process. When it comes to slowing down the thinking process, what does that mean? There's a lot of things that occur when slowing down your mental thinking, your thinking ability, stress, and what causes stress. Having clarity on what the stress is will unblock the slowing down of your thinking process. What are the negatives of slowing down your thinking process? Well, the inability to make the right decision at the time you need to make it at a high intensity moment. At a high intensity moment. What is a high intensity moment? It could be a moment of pressure where you have to make an urgent decision, or it could be a moment where you're not under pressure, but the decision making is critical, and you need to develop thinking processes to ensure that what you're doing is a stable answer for what you need to get done. What is the balance of having your thinking slowed down? Well, one of the balances are being able to meditate. When we look at slowing down the thinking process in a positive manner, what are you doing? You're meditating. You're taking time out to put your mind at a focus point. Whatever your focus point is, or whatever the topic is in your mind that is positive. Now, a lot of people have in mind their own terms and means of what is positive. But I like to think and relate positivity to the faith side of things, a faith-based positivity. Because that is the most highest positivity that you're going to receive, which most likely is better than your own positivity, or a mixed combination of positivity and thinking positive when it comes to slowing down your thinking process. A lot of people get into hypnosis. A lot of people get into different studies, or yoga, or mantras. A lot of people do different strategies to get in the process of putting their mind at a state of clarity. But when you're at the state of clarity, what kind of positivity is it? Is it a good negative, or is it a good positive? So I mention all these topics so that you can have a thought process on what your thinking process should be, especially when it's slowed down. Are you the one slowing down your thinking process? Or is it something else slowing down your thinking process? When our thinking process is slowed down on a positive side, we advance more. When our thinking process is slowed down on a negative side, we don't advance at all. Sometimes we think that we're advancing in our goals when we're being stern, or when we are agitated, or when we are being consistent and having a certain kind of attitude. When we have a certain kind of demeanor, maybe we can call it strict, maybe we can call it blunt, or whatever we choose to call it. We have to pay attention to what kind of energy it is, and where the energy is stemming from, that breeds our goals and breeds our thinking and breeds the real intentions behind our thinking. Because depending on the energy that you have behind your thinking, it depends on the process of the results you get, of the people that you attract, of the attention that you attract, of the energy that you attract around you. And all that comes from slowing down your thinking process, or allowing something to slow down your thinking process. Almost to the point that, depending on how you allow your thinking process to be slowed down, we can kind of call it a block. As if someone is blocking you from doing what you want to do or going to where you want to go. Almost like being in prison. Now, no one wants to be in prison in their own mind. No one wants to be in prison at all. So today's topic, slowing down your thinking process, is to encourage you on how to pay attention to your conscience, to direct it in the way you want to direct it when it seems as if opposition is against you, or you not sure if it's opposition or not. Maybe you just don't understand the way you think. And once you understand the way you think, then you will have better results in your life, in your own thinking process. Taking control of your thinking process is taking control of your mental health. Taking control of your mental health is taking control over your emotions, which means taking control over your moods, or what kind of moods someone could put you in, or you allow yourself to get in, and what you allow yourself to get out of. What are the processes of that? What are the processes of it being negative turning into a positive, or a positive negative turning into a positive, meaning two good things equaling a good thing, or a good thing with a bad thing, but yet you're able to make it a good thing. If you have two negatives, at times you're able to make it positive in certain rules of math. But in our case, in our decision making, depending on the process of what we think, depending on the process of our own actions, and what we know about the two negatives, it will alter our decision of how we change that into a positive. And if we are capable of changing it into a positive, and sometimes if we're not able to do that, if we have the resources, if we have the right people, sometimes if we have those things, we're not able to do that. And sometimes if we have those things, we are able to do it. But most importantly, if we aren't able to do that, then we have to tap into a good faith-based situation. Tapping into a good faith-based situation allows you to put your thinking process into something more positive, in which I stated at the beginning of this recording. So take time out for yourself to understand what is the process of your thinking and how it is slowed down. Are you slowing down your own thinking process, or are you allowing other things to slow down your thinking process? Are you in control of it? And are you able to get in control of it? Do you want to get in control of it? So think on these things. The Bible says things that are honorable, true, and worthy to be praised. He says, think on the best and not the worst. He says these things for a reason. To not allow anything to alter the goodness of your mind. So with that being said, please listen to further recordings by Brakets Health. And feel free to visit our webpage at braketshealth.weebly.com.